Former President Donald Trump now barred from being on the primary ballot next year in the GOP primary. The state Supreme Court making that ruling just a few moments ago. This comes back from a lawsuit filed by Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. That's a liberal group. They filed the lawsuit on behalf of 6 Republicans and unaffiliated voters. What the high court did, it was what looks like appeared to be a 4-3 vote right there. They said that the former president, could not be on the ballot because he was involved in inciting an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol back on January 6th. They basically overturned a lower court ruling that happened.
Our legal experts lay out 3 points to keep in mind. First, Congress would need to find him guilty of engaging in an insurrection. Next, the Supreme Court would need to rule on whether the president classifies as an officer of the United States. That's because the 14th Amendment mentions state lawmakers and member of Congress, but not presidents. And in a 2010 Supreme Court case, Chief Justice John Roberts said that since presidents are elected, not appointed, they don't count as officers of the United States. Finally, even if the Supreme Court reverses course and Congress finds him guilty of insurrection, if reelected, the former president could serve again if 2/3 of each house chooses to let him.
But there's no statute in place right now declaring that he aided and abetted an insurrection against the United States.
But in Section 5 of that 14th Amendment, Barr says it states that there must be a statute in place, first declaring that a person or group of people aided and abetted an insurrection before that could be passed.
Now, the 14th Amendment is not self-executing. Congress would have to pass a statute declaring that Donald Trump had aided and abetted an insurrection against the United States. And Trump would then get to challenge that determination in court if he wanted to.
We now have Donald Trump leading with an outright majority in Iowa, 51%. Ron DeSantis, a very distant second at 19. Nikki Haley, 16. Ramaswamy and Christie at 4. We last polled Iowa in October, also with the Des Moines Register. Since then, look at this. Donald Trump's lead. He has added 8 points to his total. DeSantis up a couple. So for all those things that we thought might be giving DeSantis a boost over the last month, it is Trump. Despite not participating in the debates again, it's Trump who's made the big gains. Trump who's moved to 51% in this Iowa poll. He leads it overwhelmingly, exact same number as what he gets overall. Where Trump really turns it on, though, it is first-time caucus goers. This tends to be a younger group overall. Look at that. 63% of folks who say for the first time they're going to go to a caucus are rallying behind Donald Trump. This is independents. Independents are a small share of the Iowa election. Also, in terms of enthusiasm, we asked folks, are you extremely enthusiastic about your choice? Trump, look at that. 2-1, 3-1 advantage over his rivals. We asked folks, is your mind made up? 7 out of 10% of Trump voters in Iowa say their minds are made up. Again, more than double that of any of his nearest rivals. And then we asked this question here, a lot of words. This is about electability and Republicans. We've talked so much in 2023 about Donald Trump's trials. We will continue to talk about it in 2024. But we asked folks, can Donald Trump win the election regardless of his legal challenges? Now, nearly 3 out of 4 Republicans in Iowa say yes. Last month, that number wasn't even 2 out of 3. Big jump there for Trump. We also said, hey, are Trump's legal challenges too much? They make it nearly impossible for him to win. 24% saying that. Again, that number was over 30 last month. So all sorts of signs in this poll, Mika, showing that Donald Trump over the last 6 weeks in Iowa has actually improved his position.